Hello, San Angelo. Welcome to the Live Daily News Show. I'm James Bellini.
And I'm Tessa Koskevich.
Tessa, how was your week last week?
It was great. I was gone. I was in Lubbock all week, but I had a good time.
All right.
I'm just so tired.
We had a really busy weekend here in San Angelo.
We sure did.
A 17-year-old was booked in Topping County Jail for murder.
Another teenager was arrested after crashing a stolen car.
And a manhunt was stopped short yesterday because of the rain.
Lucas Banda went out to the Johnson's Lawn Haven Memorial Garden for Memorial Day yesterday.
And he got an interview. We'll get into that right after these messages from Jim Bass and Carpet Tech.
Save big on new and used cars and trucks at BassBunch.com.
When anyone needs a new car or truck, where do they go?
That's easy, BassBunch.com.
What? It's BassBunch.com.
Everybody knows BassBunch.com.
BassBunch.com. Did I hear right?
There is only one place, BassBunch.com.
If you want to save a bunch of money, the only place to shop is BassBunch.com.
My name is Cade Simmons. I'm the site manager here in San Angelo. What matters to our customers, I believe, is what we say is CT quality, CT experience, just making sure their needs are met, taking care of their home like it was ours. You just have to keep thinking of, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. So just making sure you're taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and just knowing that they can rely on us, I think, matters to them a lot.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the keynote speaker. It's Major Christina A. Behrens of the Director of Operations, the 312th Training Squadron, Goodfellow Air Force Base. I give you Major Behrens.
All right, can everyone hear me okay if I leave the mic up here? Okay, thank you. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Major Christina Behrens, Director of Operations for the 312 Training Squadron, and I'm honored to be here today representing Goodfellow Air Force Base at this Memorial Day Remembrance Ceremony. I first want to thank Johnson's Law Haven Memorial Gardens for hosting this event and inviting us to share in this solemn occasion. I also want to thank Mr. Perrine and Pastor Eckert, as well as the band and Goodfellow Air Force Base Honor Guard. Thank you for making this event possible, as well as all those behind the scenes. I also want to welcome any civic leaders, all our past and present service members and their families, the citizens of San Angelo and neighboring communities, and most importantly, any Gold Star families who may be in attendance today. Thank you all for joining us at this ceremony and for your commitment to ensuring we never forget the sacrifices of our fallen heroes and their families. The 17th Training Wing is participating in multiple events across San Angelo today, commemorating Memorial Day and honoring the sacrifices of the brave men and women who have paid the ultimate price for our country. Honoring our fallen together at ceremonies such as this strengthens the bond between Goodfellow Air Force Base and the community of San Angelo, a bond that I have been proud to share over the past couple of years. We at the 17th Training Wing express our profound gratitude to those who have sacrificed in defense of the United States of America. Their dedication and courage inspire us all. To the families of our fallen and serving members, we acknowledge your strength and grace. Your unspoken sacrifices do not go unnoticed. On this day, let us remember our fallen heroes and uphold the values they fought for. Their sacrifice is a reminder of the true cost of freedom. As citizens of this great nation, we owe a debt of gratitude to all those who have sacrificed for the safety of our country. For that reason, the last Monday of May is dedicated to remember those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedom of the United States of America. There are approximately 16.2 million veterans in the U.S. today. Generations of Americans called to serve in cities across Europe, mountains in Asia, jungles in the Pacific, deserts in Africa, and nearly all corners of the globe. Every single one of those service members have sacrificed for their fellow Americans. They all gave some. Some of them gave all. and that is what we are recognizing today. Over 7,000 service members have lost their lives in combat in the post-9/11 conflicts, spanning nearly 24 years. More than 58,000 service members lost their lives serving during the 20 years of the Vietnam War period. And over 36,000 service members perished in the 3-year Korean War. And an unimaginable 400,000 plus Americans lost their lives over 6 years during World War II. Today we remember each of them and pay our respects as a grateful nation. The burden of military service is shared by the families of those service members, the families who never got to welcome their loved one home. We are mourning with you. Your strength and resilience serve as a testament to the profound spirit of our nation. At Goodfellow Air Force Base, we strive to honor the legacy of those who have come before us by continuing the mission. Each service member who wears the uniform stands willing to answer the call. Goodfellow Air Force Base has been a major training hub in San Angelo since the 1940s, where we train thousands of aircrew and members across various specialties. As of the 1990s, the installation's primary mission is to train fire protection and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, or ISR professionals, graduating 14,000 joint service students each year. Every single day we train and prepare the next generation of service members to stand ready to defend our nation and our values. As they leave Goodfellow Air Force Base to serve at Department of Defense military installations across the globe, they take with them our motto, ever into danger, signifying the spirit of courage and willingness to face danger as they carry on the legacy of military service. They leave the training environment here understanding the risks involved, yet they are willing to go and face the unknown because of the bravery of those who have come before. As members of the City of San Angelo and Goodfellow Air Force Base express our gratitude here today as one community, honoring and remembering our fallen, I want to recognize those we have lost from our very community. I am in awe of their courage and resolve. Lieutenant John Goodfellow, a native of San Angelo, stands as a shining example of honor and sacrifice, giving his life in the service of his country at just 23 years old. He was a student at the University of Texas, studying civil engineering, a junior I believe, when he left and joined the military, originally to be an infantry officer, but ultimately commissioning as an aviator. I am humbled to know that because of heroes like him fighting our freedom, I was able to achieve one of my dreams, earning a civil engineering degree. Something he set out to accomplish, but never got to finish. He was flying a reconnaissance mission during World War I, which led to a furious dogfight with multiple enemy aircraft that resulted in his plane crashing. Goodfellow Air Force Base is named in his honor. First Lieutenant Jack Warren Mathis, another native of San Angelo, who was stationed at Goodfellow Field, was posthumously awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for his bravery as a bombardier during World War II. The San Angelo Regional Airport, also known as Mathis Field, as well as the Mathis Fitness Center at Goodfellow Air Force Base, are named in his honor. Airman First Class Elizabeth Jacobson, the first Security Forces member and first woman to die in Operation Iraqi Freedom, is memorialized at Goodfellow South Gate, named Jacobson Gate as a tribute. It shines a light on her sacrifice to members of the San Angelo and Goodfellow community. These places are powerful reminders of the dedication and sacrifice of these individuals, and they are places that many of us routinely visit. Today, especially, I want to ensure we also take a moment to recognize the nearly 300 additional airmen, Marines, sailors, and soldiers from Tom Green County who have died in grateful service to our nation since World War I. Additionally, there are approximately 1,700 veterans laid to rest here in San Angelo. We owe it to all of them for protecting our freedom and way of life. Community events like this one demonstrate that the relationship between Goodfellow Air Force Base and San Angelo is strong and enduring, and ensures we never forget the cost of freedom. And they showcase that together We are raising our youth to understand that our values are worth defending, while teaching them the importance of service and community, in hope that they may experience a more peaceful and just world. Let today be a reminder of all that we have to be grateful for. Let our actions express our gratitude to those who gave their lives and confirm that their sacrifice was worth it by living our lives every day with purpose, with honor, and in service to others. Thank you for attending this ceremony. Thank you for supporting our service members and their families. And most importantly, thank you for remembering our fallen heroes.
My name is Peter Aguirre, and this is my wife Patricia, and we're here to honor our brother-in-law who passed away.
We're going to kind of talk about his story.
Sure, Pat, could you tell him about it?
Well, my brother is originally born in San Antonio. He was studying to be a doctor when he was drafted into the military. He joined the Army and went to Okinawa, and then from there he went to Vietnam. He never came back the same. He had PTSD. We took care of him for 14 years till he passed away. And we come here every year to honor him and all our fellow service members at Long Haven.
So how do you feel just, I know you told us off camera the ceremony kind of gets better every year. So what was it about this year's ceremony that maybe really stuck out to you?
Well, I think the guest speaker, the major from Goodfellow, gave an excellent speech and some background to the base. I thought that it was nice of them to have canopies for the musicians. It was really hot last year, and
it just keeps getting better and better every year.
It just keeps getting better and better. Mary Ellen
They're doing a wonderful job out here in Long Haven.
Mary Ellen and all her staff do a wonderful job putting all these flags up every year for the service members. It just gets better.
How do you both kind of reflect on, we hear the term every year on Memorial Day, just the ultimate sacrifice, and knowing what it takes to choose to serve and to choose to go into situations that most everybody in the country probably, wouldn't want to go into?
Well, I think each of us, I've served in the military as well, each of us who does that never knows from day to day whether we're going to get into harm's way. And then when we do go that direction, we go all out. So some of us don't ever get hurt or harmed mentally or physically, but some of us do. They come back with a lot of PTSD and missing limbs, and ultimately some people die for our country.
Freedom is not free.
That's the way we feel about this.
It's not
coming
free.
out here and honoring these folks who are now passed away.
What branch did you serve in?
I was in the Navy.
Okay. And how do you feel about the community support, especially sitting next to your brother-in-law there? How do you feel about the community support and people showing up for the ceremony? Because
Goodfellow is a perfect place for retirees. You run into people almost every day that say, thank you for your service, even on a day that's not Memorial Day. And it's just the best place for retirees. They know the sacrifice that our fellow service members gave.
What does the rest of the day look like for both of you, just reflecting? I know you come to the ceremony every year, but
right.
Is there a tradition that you have just for the rest of the day in general, or?
Well, we're Catholic, so we usually say a rosary for my brother and all the service members. Then we go home and partake in watermelon and just like everybody else, hot
have
dogs.
A barbecue.
We
and
have a
some beer.
barbecue and a little bit of beer and just celebrate to them. Cheers. Cheers for your service.
I just thank you for everybody for coming out and making this a wonderful ceremony. I'm so glad to see that people still remember these folks that gave everything for their country.
Into news, around 4:45 in the morning on Saturday, May 24th, police responded to the intersection of Bermuda Drive and Wild Ride Trail regarding a shooting victim. They located a 16-year-old with a gunshot wound to the chest, and he was rushed to Shannon. The suspect immediately fled the area, but he was located and identified as 17-year-old Derek Carson.
Court documents said that Carson and the victim had gotten into an argument that escalated. A witness went to the party and grabbed the victim by the hand to leave and went to the end of the alleyway to wait for a ride. Then Carson walked up with a gun in his hand and shot the victim.
Carson was booked into Tommy Gun jail and is currently being held on a $500,000 bond. The victim did die. This kicked off a weekend of absolute craziness for San Angelo here.
It absolutely did. And you're 17 years old and 16 years old. You have your whole life ahead of you. And it just is an awful way to end both lives.
And apparently this party had been going on since 1 o'clock in the morning. And cops had been there, I guess, previously to break it up. And cars running up and down the street. And, yeah, no,
It's never worth it.
No, it's not. If that wasn't enough, on Sunday night, a major crash occurred at 7th Street and North Irving, where five teens were being chased in a stolen Kia Soul. It was a green Kia Soul, by the way, so a green Kia Soul. Why are you stealing a green Kia Soul?
Why are you stealing a car in the first place?
True, but a green Kia Soul is going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Right.
So we'd be expert car thieves.
Reports also said they hit a gas line, so Atmos responded to the scene and they had downed power lines. One person was taken to the hospital as a result of the crash.
And again, why are you stealing cars? I guess Memorial just set people up. I mean, graduation was this weekend.
Right, they always say once school's out, things get progressively worse. And one of the guys at the station says that it's a TikTok trend to steal Kias.
Yeah, I guess so. But everybody involved here, everybody involved in the shooting, were teenagers.
With their whole lives ahead of them. It's not.
And now you're starting off terribly.
I don't mean to sound like a parent. I'm young myself, but it's just not cool. You don't look cool. It's not cool.
No,
quit acting like that.
It's not. And it's a culture issue. It's a parenting issue. And I think it's a lack of faith as well. Mm-hmm. And we just got to get figured out. I mean,
I would agree.
And then on Memorial Day, a manhunt in West San Angelo was called off Monday evening after severe weather threatened the safety of the officers on the ground.
The suspect allegedly stole a vehicle from a home on Shiloh Drive around 2:45 p.m., just after the owner started it with a jump starter. He sped off, triggering a high-speed chase that reached over 120 miles per hour.
Police tracked the vehicle at Arden Road, where the man abandoned it and ran to a field. Multiple agencies, including DPS, game wardens, and the San Angelo Police drone team, joined the search, with a DPS helicopter deployed overhead.
But with the storms moving in, the search was suspended. Police are still looking for the male suspect. If caught, he faces several charges, including unauthorized use of a vehicle and evading arrest.
And we'll get into weather right after this word from Jay Chandler.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
In weather, we have somewhat low chances of rain from now until Friday. Right now it's 75 degrees outside with a high of 85 and a low tonight around 63. There is a 40% chance of rain tonight.
Tomorrow the high will be 85 in the morning, and we will have a 30% chance of rain that increases up to 40% by the afternoon. Those chances drop down to 20 tomorrow night, and the low will be 66.
On Thursday, the storm chances stick around about 30 throughout the day and night. The high will be 86 and the low will be 63.
Then on Friday, we have a slight chance of showers at 20%. The high will be up around 82, and the low that night will be 65.
And we'll be right back after this quick word from Conno's Diamonds and Coins.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Conno's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Conno's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Conno stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Conos at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
All right, Tessa, in all, pretty crazy weekend. We had the shooting. I think I went to 6 or 7 crashes. There were a lot more than that. And then the police call it. First off, why are we saying police shouldn't be chasing people?
You don't run. Don't run and they won't chase you. And don't make fun of them for backing down when there's baseball-sized hail. That is just, why would you keep going?
No,
put
I mean,
yourself in danger.
No, I mean, the thing that, I mean, back to what I was saying.
Sorry.
No, just stop just not chasing somebody. We had the same people complaining about the chase where they were running after the rodeo, where the people crashed the vehicle and they all got ejected. And they're like, why are they chasing them?
Why are they running?
Yeah, they had their headlights off, running down 87, and they could have hit a family because it was right after the rodeo. Family could be leaving the rodeo going home. Same thing here is Memorial Day. People could be coming home. Families could be coming home. They could hit one of those people, and then all of a sudden it'd be, well, why weren't police there?
It's as simple as a traffic stop. The best case scenario, you get a warning. Worst case, you get a couple nights in jail. It's not worth your life. It's not worth someone else's life. Quit running from the police and quit blaming the police for chasing.
I will say he probably would have gotten a little more than a couple nights in jail.
Well,
he stole the vehicle. But don't steal vehicles.
Then don't steal vehicles.
That's where we're at. Anyway, thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show.
The only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley.
Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms.
And download the San Angelo Live mobile app.
For the live team, I'm James